The barometric pressure, along with the conditions that normally come with it, will have a significant impact on bass fishing and what techniques you use on any given day. So the barometric pressure is simply the weight of the atmosphere at any given time, and because fish are suspended in water rather than up on land, it has a much bigger impact on them than it does us. And generally speaking, a low or falling pressure is much better for bass fishing because there's less weight on their shoulders. Essentially, they actually rise up in the water. They'll be more suspended. They'll chase bait. Generally, power fishing is better in low pressure conditions. So you can cover a lot of water, fish quick, and you can generally catch bass that are very aggressive, willing to feed. And then in high pressure, there's actually weight pushing those bass down towards the bottom. And they're more sluggish, they're not as hungry, and generally you want to go with kind of finesse fishing applications that are down on the bottom where the bass are. And when it comes to what is low and high, generally anything over 30 is going to be considered high pressure. In the high 29s is your normal stable pressures, and then anything under 29.5 is going to be considered low pressure. And then going back to this picture, generally speaking, high pressure is going to be those really sunny, bluebird skies, no wind, really hot days. And low pressure conditions are going to be when there's like a storm coming through, the wind picks up, it gets cloudy, it cools off a little bit, which also are very good for bass fishing. So it's kind of hard to tell whether it's just the pressure or the other conditions that come along with it. But it doesn't really change anything. Generally, the low pressure is still going to be better. So put simply, the low or falling pressure makes bass more aggressive and essentially easier to catch, and it's generally going to be much better bass fishing conditions. And then a really high pressure can make things really tough, and you kind of need to go finesse and maybe a little deeper to still catch bass.